UDL and the Success to ELL students. So before I get into that, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Leslie Stevens. I had graduated from Cal Poly Pomona with a bachelor's in science and kinesiology with a pedagogy option. Currently, I am working at National University. I'm taking classes at National University to obtain my single subject credential with a master's in education. Professionally, I am a substitute teacher in the 2 local school districts around my house, and I've been doing that for a couple months, and I really, really enjoy it. I also just finished up my first volleyball season as a JV volleyball head coach for girls over at the local high school, which was a lot of fun. Next, UDL, which is Universal Design of Learning, and ELL, which is English Language Learners and their success. ELL is on the rise in classrooms, and California is one of the most diverse states in the country, making students in the public system very diverse. English language learners tend to be left behind in classrooms due to lack of understanding of language and lack of additional help from teachers and other resources throughout the school. UDL, which is now a very popular topic, is a guideline for lesson planning and teaching students through multiple means of representation, assessments, and multiple other stuff. When combined, the hopes are that all teachers will use UDL guidelines to help ELL students be successful through different means of representation, multiple means of engagement, and multiple means of action in their classroom. Why did I pick to research this? As a teacher, we plan our lessons without considerations to students such as ELL or special ed or anything until after we make our lesson plans. So ELL students are more likely to fail in a classroom due to barriers they have to overcome with limited to no resources in their classroom. I think that this is a great topic to look into and see if the ideas of front-loading all the information and putting it into lesson plans before rather than thinking about the individual student after. My research questions. How can I as a teacher engage students specifically more? How can I engage ELL students? How can I as a teacher engage ELL students? My second research question is, what are some specific strategies that are proven to be effective for ELL students when using multiple means of assessment? The way I plan on finding the answers to my research questions is through a variety of different ways. One of them is observation. The second one is assessment. Since my question is asking about assessments, I want to see if a traditional quiz is going to be better for ELL students versus the students maybe writing a paper or verbally explaining something. And then interviews between the students and the teachers. Some of the tools that I plan on using. For students are going to receive a Likert scale, a questionnaire that they can answer through writing, and then a formal pre- and post-assessment of the unit. Selected ELL students are going to receive the same, but they will also receive a formal interview to answer some questions. Teachers will also receive a Likert scale on top of a formal interview. The methodology of this. The time frame is going to be a 4-week unit. The teachers will get to decide together on the unit. For example, in a social studies class, the teacher is going to be doing the same unit of the Civil War. It's going to take place between 2 different classrooms, 2 teachers, 2 classrooms, and each teacher is going to be doing a total of 2 classes. So in total, it's going to be 4 classes between 2 teachers. One teacher will be using UDL practices in their classroom. To make sure they're using UDL, they are going to be using checklists on their lesson planning and their assessments to make sure they follow the guidelines. And then the other teacher is going to use a traditional style teaching, who is also going to be using rubrics when it comes to their lesson planning and assessments, to ensure that they're not using any type of UDL in their classroom. My plans after for this is a study that I wish to perform in a different set of classrooms with a different set of students to see the outcome and get more results and additional information about it. I do anticipate to use the data and information found and apply it into my future physical education classes that have ELL students present. Also, my hopes are to get other content area teachers to use this information in helping ELL students become successful in each of their classes.